Evaluation Question 3. What kind of media institution might distribute your media product and why? Breakdown is a weekly metal and rock magazine which costs £1.80. Seeing as though my magazine focuses on a popular genre of music which contains a lot of content, my magazine would be able to be distributed by a major conglomerate. My magazine appeals to a mass audience. Bauer Media already distribute Kerrang magazine, therefore they would not be able to distribute my magazine, as Kerrang would be my main rival, as my magazine is a weekly rock and metal magazine, similar to Kerrang. So if any conglomerate was to distribute my magazine, it would be IPC. IPC currently only distribute indie and classic rock magazines. Adding a rock and metal magazine would widen the audience they target and hopefully bring in more circulation for them. It would also seem like a good choice because it adds to the variety of music magazines which the conglomerate distribute. They already have two of the best classic rock and indie rock magazines on the market, so if they were to distribute my magazine, there is a chance they could rival Kerrang at becoming the best rock and metal weekly magazine. I decided to make my magazine £1.80, therefore it is cheaper than Kerrang by 40p. So if it ever came down to price, then people would buy my magazine over Kerrang. Although it might not seem I will make as much profit as Kerrang, the fact it's cheaper could enable me to sell more copies. In addition, having a major conglomerate like IPC would allow me to use my magazine to use a certain degree of synergy. Every year, an annual Breakdown award ceremony could take place, much like Uncut, a magazine which IPC distribute, and their award ceremony. Also, I could have an annual Breakdown tour, much like NME, another magazine IPC distribute. My magazine could even sponsor a stage at a popular metal and rock festival such as Download or Sonosphere, much like the NME stage at Leeds and Reading Festival. This could only be accomplished if a major conglomerate like IPC distributed my magazine. If my magazine was an independent, the funding would not be secured to host and sponsor events like this. Due to technological convergence PJ4A 2004, my magazine would not only be available in a physical copy but also digitally, making it easier for my consumer to read my magazine. They would be able to read my magazine on their tablets, smartphones, computer and other devices. It would also be cheaper for the conglomerate which would be distributing my magazine because they wouldn't have to print as many copies of that magazine, since my target audience will be able to purchase the digital copy of my magazine, which requires no distribution costs. Since my magazine will be distributed by a conglomerate, it targets a mass audience. It will be sold in a lot of local stores and popular shops around the UK. These popular shops include WH Smith's, HMV, GT News and all well-known supermarkets around the country. I have mentioned these shops as they all sell popular metal rock magazines such as Rock Sound, Metal Hammer and Kerrang. Therefore, these shops would be ideal for selling my music magazine.